same song. It was like foreshadowing when you heard it earlier.
Big Bad John. I love Dale.
I always get a kick out of Peggy typing at her K-Pro. I don't know why. It just cracks me up.
It's funny how Hank thinks that Dale's going to tell him about his wife, but he's really telling him about Peggy.
And then Dale calls Peggy unattractive, and Hank thinks he's lying.
Yeah.
Dale, if the shoe were on the other foot, would you want to know?
Don't flatter yourself, Hank. Nancy likes her men thin and pale of face. I thank God every day for sending me an angel with the hots for my track team physique.
That's kind of a hint right there, ain't it? That
Oh, yeah.
he knows.
But they don't. And then they kind of take it the other way, and Dale says that Nancy's got the hots for Dale.
Yeah.
So even though they kind of start to take it that way.
I like this part right here. They're just showing everybody
Yeah,
reading.
they give a full montage of everybody reading Peggy's musing.
Yeah.
Everybody's starting to think about what's going to happen and unfold if Peggy tells Nancy or tells Dale.
I wonder why she really doesn't want to be with Dale. They ever say?
Well, she drops John Redcorn.
For half an episode.
No, after I think their breakup, they don't ever get back together I don't think in the show. Maybe they do. I think this is probably the best scene. My favorite's the baseball scene, but this is a good dive into Dale's character when you see him with Joseph.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives you the feeling that maybe he does know and he still loves Joseph so much that it just doesn't matter.
He still thinks that he's his real son.
Or that he just loves him. He loves him anyway because he can't not.
I found some more. Can't watch and see no man without milk balls, huh?
Dale and Joseph's relationship always is interesting. They do some good stuff with that throughout the series.
Yeah, they have that on and off Bobby Hank relationship too, kind of.
Yeah, as he gets older, it changes.
Because he gets scared. Why is he always smoking so much in the beginning?
He always smokes.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not as much.
Vikings were the first visitors to the moon.
Well, I knew that. Why do you think we named our spacecraft after them? Poor naive Peggy.
It's funny how everybody's trying to tell everybody something in their own different way, and nobody can, I guess, just say anything.
Straight out like Dale.
Dale's trying to tell Hank that Peggy wants him. Dale's trying to tell Peggy to stay with Hank because Dale thinks that Peggy wants him. Peggy's trying to tell Dale about Nancy. And even here, Hank and Peggy are trying to tell each other that they love each other, and they
talk about pepperoni.
They just have their own King of the Hill spin on everything, their own brand of humor. So how would you feel about this episode?
This one I think is not really my favorite, maybe a 7. Because, I don't know, I just think that Dale's the one that always tells the truth, kind of. But then everybody's always kind of beating around the bush to give Dale, the answer or anybody else.
Right. Yeah, I'd give it probably about an 8. I like the Dale, Nancy, John Redcorn, and Joseph story. I think they do some good stuff with it all throughout. They probably could have done more. They kind of go away from it. Probably could have done more like we were talking about with Joseph and John Redcorn. But I think it's probably when Peggy, this episode, is at her best before she becomes the really annoying. They almost make her out to be the villain, if there was a villain of King of the Hill, I'd say later on in the series. She really becomes unlikable on purpose, I believe.
Really? I really don't see that, actually. No.
I think
I don't get what you're trying to say about Peggy being like that.
I think that they really try to play up as the series progresses her arrogance and how much she wants to be smarter than everybody but fails miserably and gets everybody, brings her down. We'll see. We'll talk about it as the series progresses. This is the Gribble Talk, 24-hour Gribble Talk podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll be back with Season 3, Episode 4. I think it's Pregnant Pause, I believe, is the title of that one. It's the one where Hank and Peggy are trying to get pregnant, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll be back with that one on the next episode. Thanks for listening to this one. You can find us on Twitter at GribbleTalk, on our website, www.gribbletalk.com, where we do breakdowns of all the King of the Hill episodes. We're going through Season 3 right now, going through each episode. Having a lot of fun doing it, so tune in next time.